welcome to Tekkit Seeds. This is Boris Karloff. I've been drinking his milk. You've got to drink it down while it's still warm. The Tekkit series I'm going to be doing from here is going to be all about crossbreeding. This is called comprehensive crossbreeding. Now, crossbreeding, of course, part of the agriculture mod, and really can, if you know the right processes, relinquish and free up some rather interesting plant species. You can indeed grow iron and gold. Of course, that's what we really want. Here's my Tudor cottage that I've made. This is my base. This is my home. Let's go and have a look. Ah, what a wonderful Tudor wooden framed cottage. And it's got a spooky path that goes out into the woodlands. Now, I haven't done anything to this house on the inside yet. I'll probably farm by day, build by night. And in here, I'm not very fond. I was going to fill this with some machinery, and I thought, it's too nice to fill with machinery. So what I might do is I might segregate it off slightly and actually create a sort of seamless machination. I'm going to have machines that are hidden within the building. So if I want to, say, smelt some iron, it will go through a little chute and be sucked up, processed, and then pop back out onto this lovely plush red carpet. So we're probably going to be doing that while it's night time. The going is good. Look, the sun is up, and we're going to start farming. Now, I currently, as you can see, if I press E, there's me, look at that lovely moustache. And I think I'm dressed as a civil enforcement officer or traffic warden. I'm not really sure what I am. Not a farmer, but hey. I am, as you can see, on cheat mode. But you don't have to play this in cheat mode, of course, if you're on a server. This is when all of this... stop eating that, sir. Why are you eating that grass? If you're on a Tekkit server, of course, you won't be able to cheat. So you have to play the real game. Oh, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? But, of course, because you can't cheat, and also some of the plant species that you can breed, you cannot spawn them in. You have to create them in-game. I'm going to show you exactly how to create these things, because there's a lot of confusion about how to do it. Because once you have them, say you have a very lucrative, high-yield, fast-growing iron plant, then that's going to be worth quite a lot of cash, / money, on the Tekkit servers that have an economy system built in. I currently am on the BC Minecraft, Beyond Minecraft server. If you can find a Tudor building looking suspiciously like this one, then you have found my house. So look out for that. I have a rather advanced farm in that Tekkit server. Now, what I advise, if any of you have played Tekkit Minecraft before, and you've been breeding these little guys, we want to breed you because you've got such lovely eyeballs. Look at those eyes. Why are you so grumpy? Look, the sun's out. It's a lovely day. You can frolic. Why are you so angry? Why are you walking away from me? Those of you who have bred animals, you may have noticed that if you build an enclosure with some fencing that goes all the way around, some fencing, and a gate, which is what we would imagine we should do, you'll find that when you yourself go in and out of that gate, then your animals tend to follow you. I found over the years it's a lot better. Instead of building a gate, you have a gate post there, and then in the middle, where you would have a gate itself, you instead have 2 ladders, which go up one side, and then 2 ladders that go up the other. Now, some of the chickens, they can actually climb ladders if they've got the will. If they're feeling really like they want to fly over to the mountain. If they want to really fly away, they can do it. But I say, hell. If they can get out of there, they deserve to be free. That's what I say. Now, it is that very principle that we're going to be using here to protect our farmland. I don't really like to have my farmland surrounded by fence. I just don't really like the way that it is. So what we're going to do, we're going to build up a platform for our plants that is too high, as in 2 blocks high, like this, so animals cannot get up. And it'll be nice and straight. We'll use our lovely diamond pick, and it'll be nice and straight, and we'll create a wall. Then nobody coming up, and then occasionally on that wall you just pop a little ladder, and then you yourself can get up there. And you've got a lovely platform. You can't make it too large. The reason being, if it's too large, then animals will in fact spawn up here. And the last thing you want is to have a very... You'll find that when you start to get to the higher echelons of the breeding program with the plants, that they become very, very susceptible to trampling. And some of these things, we're going to be using crops today, which are these wooden things. You must use a crop. I haven't got a hoe. Hell, where's my hoe? I'm never really sure. Red matter hoe, electric hoe, electric hoe. No, I'm going to use a diamond hoe. Ho, schwang. Of course, we're going to need some water, and the crop, as I'm sure you probably have realised already, goes in like that. Now, I can trample on this. Look, I can do this, and if I jump up and down, after a while it's going to go, oh no, I don't like that very much. But when you've got a very delicate, high-yield, super morphed plant in there, something that Charles Darwin would sort of cream over, even if you get just close to it, it will go pop, and it'll die, and something that has taken you a million Minecraft days... No, it doesn't take that long. Maybe it's taken you a Minecraft week. What day is it in Minecraft now? What day is it? Is it Tuesday? Hello? Are you Tuesday? If a plant that can take you... Oh, let's see what happened there. Something similar to that can happen so very, very easily. So this is going to be a delicate operation. You do not want Mr. Boris Karloff, where is that pesky milk-giving male cow? You do not want him trampling upon your prized, award-winning plant species. Now, what we're going to be doing, I'll flash up a picture on screen. We're going to be using an item called Cropmatron. We're going to be using a Cropmatron, which is one of these bad boys. And forgive me with my texture pack here. You'll notice that flower is not part of this texture pack. Why is that? Well, I don't have the best of computers yet. I found that I just removed some of the texture packs. I quite like the way that the old machines look, the way the macerator looks in the original. I like that. It looks a little bit lo-fi, but hey, you know, you can spot it. And we're actually going to be burying these things anyway, so you won't really need to gawp at it too much. What's that on there? It's 2 spades, apparently 2 spades, to tell you that possibly you need to bury that part. But that's what we're going to be doing. Maybe using these cats. Of course, remember that if you hit it with a pickaxe, it's going to turn into a machine block, which is rubbish. What you really need is a machine block gallery of dead machinery scattered amongst the woods. Now, yes, I'll flash up a thing on screen. Now, this image is the Cropmatron in the middle. Now, the Cropmatron can go for 4 squares in any direction, apart from up and down. But left and right of it goes 4 squares. Now, we're eventually going to have 4 different farming areas, which will be made up by 1 piece of water surrounded by 9. Now, I know that 1 piece of water can irrigate 3 squares out, at least. We're not going to be doing that because these plants are going to be very, very fragile, and we do not want to damage them and start traipsing over them. And there's a bit of a problem that develops, whereas when you harvest the items, sometimes they're inaccessible. You can't get past them, which is a bit of a hellish. But there is an item that you can use, especially if you're in cheat mode and you're just practicing. Very difficult to do this on a Tekkit server. But the black hole band, I think it's called, which is a ring, will suck items in from quite a long way away, and that possibly help you when you are playing this thing. Why am I staring at the grass? This isn't very good for you guys, is it? Oh, look at that magical island. So I'm going to be cheating, but you should cheat. At least try this out so that you can know how to do it when you're on your server. So let's get going with this. I'm essentially going to make this whole area here. So what we need is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the Cropmatron needs to be about here. Should we put it right in front, symmetrical? I think that's probably a good idea, isn't it? So the Cropmatron needs to be about here. Now, let me give you a tip. What I do with these Cropmatrons, I could have a whole power network. I could have a whole power network connected under the ground with wires and pipes and all that kind of stuff. I don't bother with that. What I do is I use geothermal energy, and I whack in a geothermal generator for each thing, for each unit. Seems a bit wasteful, but geothermal, if you look at the recipe of geothermal, which you can't, let me just spawn in some of these. Let's look at the recipe for geothermal. And you'll see that geothermal is... I still can't do it. What's going on? I wish I knew how to play Tekkit properly. I think if I click off there and then press R... Yeah. 2 cells, which are made out of tin. You get 16 cells for 4 tin ingots. Glass. A generator. Of course, generators are blinking easy anyway. Refined iron. A generator is just... I mean... an iron for this is, I mean, it's a lot of iron, but it's a very, very simple thing to make, a geothermal generator. It's certainly probably the easiest form of power generation. The sun is going down. I really want to. If you stand here, see how the sun goes down perfectly there. I want to build like an angel, the angel of the north. Am I in the north? Who knows? I could be in space. I've got some flowers. I don't really need those. I'm going to put those over there. Working at the night time. So let me show you what I do with these generators. I want the thing to go around here. About here. No, here. So I'm going to dig down 2. I'm going to whack a geothermal generator down at the bottom of that hole. Quang! And then if I open it up and I put 64 in here, you'll go thunk. Just uses 20. You see? I'm going to leave that 40 in there because that can now refill this 2 more times. And that powering 1 machine, that machine being a Cropmatron, the Cropmatron, when whacked on top of that bad boy, you have to shift-click. There it is. Can you hear it? Can you hear that noise? Whoa. Filling up. That is going to last for 1 billion years. Of course, if every now and again, if you're worried that it is running out, you just go down 3, forward 1. There's the bad boy, and you just keep a look at it, and you can just whack more cells in there, and we might as well just actually fill that up to 64. It's going to last for 1,000 billion years. And of course, you can. The problem with the Cropmatron is that you need to constantly fill it up. And if you've got a sort of you start a large area all the way around here. Hello, you moody. We need to name this sheep. Look into his eyes. What's your name, sir? Jonathan? Jonathan what? Jonathan Lamb Man? Jonathan Lambman? Is that your name? Yes. Shh. Go and swim in the oil. Yeah? It's good for your skin. Yeah. What was I saying before? I was so rudely interrupted by Jonathan Lambman over there. Lambman. Yeah. Oh, there's Boris. Boris Karloff. Now, if you've got a massive area around here that this tiny little machine is going to be servicing with fertilizer, it's going to be hydrating it with a hydration cell, and it's going to be using Weed X. Weed X. And it can really get through this stuff. So you need to either constantly monitor the levels of this. By the way, you cannot feed more stuff. You can't create a fertilizing machine and a Weedex creation device which is slowly feeding through pipes into here. If only you could, because if you feed with a pipe some Weedex, where does it go? It goes into there, which is not the right thing, and the whole thing will be stuffed up. You see Weedex, this little can, it goes in there. You cannot manually put it in there, but it will go in there if you use a pipe, which is really, really annoying. But there you go. Weedex. Weedex is a cool thing. A good thing to bear in mind about Weedex is that it is you really, really need it. See that nasty thing? No, that's a vine. See that nasty thing there? The grass and the weeds, fern, weeds. This is the stuff that will grow where your prize plants are. If you leave them by themselves, you come back, especially if you're on a server and you're around other people. You might leave the server for a week, possibly, hoping that when you came back, that all of your plants you've been waiting for so long to make would be completely new and ready and finished, only to find bloody weeds all over it, because your Weedex has run out. That is really, really annoying when it happens. A thing to bear in mind about Weedex is that if you use one of these alchemical chest and he's struggling for the name, a talisman of repair. So if you were to whack both of those down and you started to use up the Weedex, you whack down the thingy, put that in there. As we all know, that's going to repair our pickaxes and stuff like that. It's on number 8, number 7, number 6, number 5. It also repairs Weedex. Is that cheating? Well, not really, because when you start to use the Weedex, a little bar appears, and you think, that little bar is the level of the Weedex. You're using up the Weedex, but actually it's the damage level on the item that is Weedex, which in Minecraft logic is an infinite bottle of Weedex that just wears out. That's the logic they've given us in the game, so I don't think it is cheating if you use a talisman of repair, and I would generally have lots of bottles of here in Weedex that are slowly building up. I'd have a alchemical chest that is specifically for Weedex. The Weedex box of doom. Now let's get back to what we're doing. Now, what most people will do with one of these little machines, and you'll see generally if there's anything on YouTube about crop making and crossbreeding, a lot of it seems to be quite confusing, so I'm going to try and cut through that confusion. What you will find is that they'll have it as a piece of water here, and then they'll have the cropmatron above the water, and then they'll have the crops themselves around here, and possibly some glowstone and stuff like that around the outside, which is fine, but you don't actually need to do that, because you can fit a whole 9 over here, whole 9 blocks over here with water in the middle, and it's still just 4 blocks away from the weed machine, which means you can use that one weed machine for another set of 9 blocks over here. I'm actually going to do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go diagonally. So my first piece of crop is going to be there. And that's going to go all the way around. Not that one. It's going to go all the way around, and I'm going to have my water in there. That's so annoying. I hate when that happens. First thing I need to do, before I do anything, is to go around and make sure that no nasty, nasty Boris Karloffs or no nasty, nasty little Jonathan McLam man is going to be able to get up here. And I do that by just going around making sure, by either using a piece of dirt or by using a spade, that essentially nobody can get up here. We don't want that cheeky sheepmobile coming this way. Of course, we've got a bit of a problem here because there's a forest. Possibly, what I'll do is I'll bring a fence all the way down here, just on one side, and then the rest of it, I will have possibly a raised platform, which is solely for the crops. The moon's going down. It's time to say goodbye. Please subscribe to this channel. It's quite a new one, but I'm going to sort of try and put up as much as I can. But I think by the time I next start one, I'm going to have a fence, and we'll start laying the foundations of our farmy crop farm. Thanks for watching. Bye.